folks. Welcome to Thursday Checkdown. I'm Rick Brusuelas, and along with Greg Kellogg, we host the Sports Affiliation Thursday Checkdown. But big news, big news. I'm also really happy to reintroduce Mace Riney, the original Thursday Checkdown co-host with Greg, who's rejoining the show. Mace, welcome back.
Man, stoked to be back. Thank you guys for having me.
And we've got to mention that Mace is the lead writer for USA Today's Bucks Wire. Very well done, Mace.
Thank you so much, man. People like you guys in the space help supporting me, doing things like this. It's really just been a dream come true. So thank you.
Great. And please, everyone, take a minute to like the show and to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done that. Hey, there's never an off season in fantasy football. Each week, our show brings you talented guests to help you, the fantasy football manager, be more successful while also having fun. Because if we're not having fun, Greg,
why do it? And tonight, we're introducing you to a provider of prizes and trophies and crowns. The people who run Crown Champs are Mr. and Mrs. Marcus and Tara Howard. Can we bring them up? Now, I want to say I met these folks at the Fantasy Football Expo a couple years ago, and they are excellent people, and the products they provide are first notch. Plus, I really like them because they live in a state where I misspent some of my youth, West Virginia, and I love that. So, Marcus and Tara, you're just good people, so we're very grateful to have you on the show tonight.
Likewise, Greg. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you for such warm intros you just handing out everywhere. I love it.
Well, we got to get started by finding out about you more than the company. All right. So, I just want to know, why did you choose Weirton to grow a company instead of like a major sports hub?
Yeah, so it's really all about proximity. So we, of course, lived in this area anyway. It's not like we were picking up the move to go on to bigger and better things. However, where we're located is about 35 minutes from downtown Pittsburgh. So, of course, we have the Steelers in our area. We're only a few hours away from Cleveland, a few hours away from Cincinnati, a few hours away from Philadelphia, a few hours away from the Colts, facility. So we're pretty much right in the middle of all the football shenanigans, and even in this area, if you know anything about, I say Ohio, but of course we're from the West Virginia area, but this area in general is very big on football. So
we don't say that OH word.
Yeah,
on this show, we just don't do that OH word at all.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I'm a University of Miami fan, not in Ohio, just University of Miami.
Hey, and I've seen this crown in person, and they are wonderful. But I understand that you have completely sold out your entire inventory crowns each of the last 3 years before the season even starts. So what happens when you're sold out? Do you make an additional run?
Absolutely, we do. So we go ahead and just, get more inventory just like that. And then we also try to cultivate new ideas to bring out new tiers of crowns for our customers, for our fantasy football league winners, for the kings and queens that need to get crowned like the real champ that they are. So it's really a humbling experience.
So what are your local neighbors in Post? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I just said it's nice to be wanted.
Right. So what do your local neighbors and postal workers think when they see hundreds of crowns shipping out from you guys' door?
Oh man,
Such a fun relationship with the postal workers.
they know us extremely well now at this point, specifically in the postal service itself, as opposed to just going outside, because we can't really just set these outside. You know what I mean?
Sometimes we do.
So we of course oftentimes go in there, and they're like, "You're in here again? We just saw you yesterday." I'm like, "I know. Trust me, I would have taken care of it if I could have at that point." But it's all for a good reason. So I'm glad we have to make those trips nonetheless.
It's always great banter too. It's really fun. They're fun.
Well, one of the things, and this is a question that wasn't on the show sheet, but I went to England a couple of years ago, went and saw the crown jewels in the, and I tell you, your crown should be sitting right amongst them. It's really beautiful and ornate. And one thing I noticed, that the crowns in England at the time were really small. They were the heads, I guess, were a lot smaller back in those days. But how does living in the tri-state area help shape your business identity?
That's a really good question. So the tri-state area, I mean, you have all different cultures around here, but at the end of the day, fantasy football is fantasy football. At the end of the day, football is football, and that alone brings everybody together. So I think with having a digital platform as well, it really helps us to connect and outreach to people beyond the tri-state. But the tri-state's really great because it's so close to so many different areas that we can travel to, and we can go branch out and network with other people. So I mean, it's really a vibe. It's really all about community. So I'm really grateful that we are able to do it right here for now.
Now you
So
talk about a
be
vibe.
somewhere bigger.
Well, you talk about a vibe, but two kids from West Virginia ended up, and I say kids because I'm old, but two kids from West Virginia ended up at Canton, Ohio at the Hall of Fame for a fantasy football convention. Now, I know this isn't in your show sheet, but how did that happen? How did you find out about Bob Lung's FF Expo?
Man, so for me, fantasy football does not end. Football in general does not end. She'll be the first to tell you, I go into a full depression mode as soon as my team is eliminated from the playoffs, if that occurs, of course, which it has.
It does.
But other than that, it's really I start searching for these things regularly. One of my old bosses, one of our longtime commissioners, is very adamant into getting all the newest, the greatest things and stuff like that. So for us, that's what it was about, was just searching for different avenues. And of course, I enjoy events like that. So I said, what can we find that's something similar? I had no idea there was a actual convention for the entire thing that was very well planned out and detailed. Again, as we met a lot of great people. It's just, the community is amazing. Nothing but love and support. There's very few communities similar to the fantasy football community, as there's just no one who's opposed to you. Outside of course, when you're playing, you're like, oh, I don't want her to win. I'm competitive. I'm extremely competitive. If I'm playing,
you guys play against each other?
Yeah.
Do you play against each other?
Yeah.
Who's got the winning record?
Obviously him.
I don't know. I've seen Gina. I won't say obviously.
I know Gina is fabulous, and I hope to be like Gina one day. And it's on the top of my list, Greg. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really competitive, so losing so far has not been really great for me. And yeah, so
can't win them all.
I'm gonna win one. No,
you can't. I thought you could. Anyway,
I said I can.
I told Rick, if you're playing fantasy football, it doesn't matter what your record is. You're already winning because it's fun.
Okay. Yep. I'm a winner already.
Already.
What you mean?
So let's shift over and talk about crown champs rather than Marcus and Tara. Okay, so I want to talk about your actual business. And fantasy sports used to be a small thing when I got involved. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry nowadays, and it's dominated by apps and data. Okay, So, what specific moment made you realize that the physical reward market was outdated, and why a crown instead of a traditional trophy or championship belt?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not sure what all is possible to see back here, but I'm not the greatest player ever, of course, absolutely not. I do pretty well for myself. I've won quite a few times. So basically, whenever we win, we'd have different prizes, different belts, different championships, the stand-up trophies and stuff. But there was nothing else. Like I was starting to run out of space of various new things. And I was like, what else could show that, I have won. I've made it to the top of the mountain. I've done the best that I possibly could.
He always likes to call himself a king.
Yeah, I
King of
do.
fantasy football.
So I was like, well, what does a king have? A king has a crown. So that's where we kind of went with everything. We made it a very royal luxury experience. Of course, starting with the crown, we have other things too that we incorporate, such as some of the royal robes, the scepters, everything to make your kingdom really take off.
Yeah, you got to really be the king.
Now you mentioned royal rooms and scepters. You guys have robes.
Yeah.
You have like a royal robe, a scepter, and a crown. It's all part of a package, right?
Correct.
Yes, it is a package deal. You definitely can pre-order it.
So in the early days, did people think that you guys were crazy for trying to sell such high-end crowns to the regular fantasy football market? And then how did you kind of validate to sell that?
So here's the thing. What's funny is that people didn't believe that these were even high end or quality. They all assumed that these were plastic, and they are absolutely not. And they're durable, and the jewels, they really speak for themselves. I mean, you can just see that, the integrity inside that crown. And so, I mean, it was just it's 2026. It's time to bring something new. We've had the belts. That's great. Wrestlers, footballs, they all have them. Everybody's been getting a trophy since the day we've been born, just for participating. It's great, So those things are huge. They take up a lot of room, and not a lot of people can end up showing off. Maybe some men don't get to have their man cave. Maybe their woman wants their house looking a certain way. This crown is beautiful. Not only is it fun to go show off and be like, yo, I'm the king, I'm the king of fantasy football. Right there's your bragging rights. But then when you sit this on your mantle, like, how amazing is that to walk in and see such a beautiful piece that represents your winnings? So, and it's customizable too. But yeah.
So building a premium physical product is what would seem to be a logistical nightmare compared to digital businesses. So what's the most frustrating prototype fail or manufacturing hurdle that you've had to overcome before hitting your current quality standard?
That's a good question. Yeah, there's a lot.
I'd probably say the sampling process, just because we had to go through so many different versions, different ways to have it made, different materials that it's made with, because of course it's made with metal, but the metal is a alloy.
Well, they're completely customizable. So the thing is with him, he had this on the drawing board. He drew it up. And then I was like, we need to make this vision come to life. So then it was creating the mold that matched the vision. And from there, we had to get the right supplier to give us a quality crown. So we've had crowns that came in and were not of the quality we needed to be. So there's some tweaking and, the shipping time and everything in between. It's a hurdle. Of course, it stresses you out at times, and it's like, are we gonna get it? But nonetheless, like, you just stay consistent and stay on top of it, and you really believe in your vision, and there's really nothing to bringing your vision to life once you really believe in that and you have the right people in your corner helping you create that idea.
COVID.
Yeah, so a crowd is inherently visual and perfect for social media. So how do you go about leveraging user-generated content like champions posting photos in their crowns to build a self-sustaining market?
a really good question. So right now, it's a lot of media and networking. When it comes to getting people to take pictures with the crowns, we've done some of that on our own. We've just taken pictures of people with the crown and holding their crown. We're really trying to generate people sending in pictures and videos of themselves having the crown and holding it and talking about it or showing it off in their photos. So hopefully this year we'll all see a lot of that on social media.
I'd like to know, you guys, if you win, Marcus or Tara, are you going to wear a robe, a crown, and carry a scepter into next year's draft? If it's a live draft, I think that would be so
We
cool.
will.
Absolutely, there's a
Me too.
possibility. So one of my drafts is actually tomorrow. I'm sorry, Saturday. So there's a strong possibility you're going to see something ridiculous on social media in the next few days. Anyhow,
I wouldn't say ridiculous. It's more like grandiose. It's more like, showing off how great you are and being confident and how great you are or potentially are. So, yeah, he is that man. Hence why we have all these other products. It's because they're everything. Like, he would totally wear and endorse himself. And he was thinking from like that point of view of like bringing this to more men so they can look just the same and really be that royal regal fantasy football champ that they truly say they are.
Okay, now we're going to take a couple minutes because we're way ahead of schedule, and we're going to post pictures of some of your guys' stuff. And I want you to walk through what it is, what it costs, and if people should order it for this year already or wait till season starts. Because I really like your new ring. But Iggy, if you could bring up the first picture, guys, tell us what this is.
That is our goat ring and our Crown Champs hammer. Now the hammer, that's available now, and so the ring is also available now. So the ring runs about 20. Is it?
Well, that's you're thinking about for the different leagues. So
sorry,
the ring itself, if you buy it outright, it's $50 for the standard ring.
Okay.
Greg, as you know, we have the other ring coming out. It has a hinge on it. We'll have a great reveal for that coming up soon. But
we'll show a picture of it in a minute.
Okay, perfect.
But what's the mallet for? I don't understand that.
So the hammer, that is the commissioner's hammer. So anyone who's a commissioner, now the hammers are completely customizable too. So that's, of course, we have our own logo on it, our own colors, but you can have any color on it, any logo, anything along those lines. Those are $50 a piece for those as well.
But what do you do with them?
You put it on there.
Do you bop the guy that goes over his time limit?
You know what? That wouldn't be a bad option though. Maybe we'll add that into. Maybe we'll add another game because we have a loser game as well. It's called the Last Place Peasant. Because we're kings and queens.
Sports Affiliation just made a good point. This would be great for an auction draft. Going once, going twice, bang.
Yeah.
So creative. That would be perfect.
Slam the hammer.
Okay. And now the goat ring, I've got to tell you, in my running back contest that I'm doing, the crown that I'm showing here, you don't have to show it, but that crown goes to whoever gets the closest to the top 10, the actual top 10. And then the goat ring, which is down on the screen, you can see a better copy of it, goes to the second place guy. And
wonderful.
I'm telling you, if I finish first or second, I'm keeping it. Okay, I'm just telling you.
As you should.
It's for the
Iggy, what's next?
Winners, for the champs.
Okay, now what's this?
Oh yeah, talk about that. Marcus.
Yeah, that is the commissioner chain. So again, fully customizable. You can have it in whatever colors you want, whatever logo you want. We will also caution that we, of course, will make those within reason. They have to be something mostly respectable.
Is it going to say commissioner instead of having the Crown Champs logo when you ship it out?
Okay. Of course, yeah. And that Crown Champs chain, it's real lightweight. it's real durable, it's efficient, and it's cost effective. So it's definitely something you could walk around wearing all day and be comfortable with. It's not going to weigh you down. It's not going to hold you down. And also, but even though it's so lightweight, it's extremely durable. So it's made out of some really good material, but it really weighs nothing. So it's a really fun
Next
option.
picture, Iggy. Oops, Iggy. There we go. Okay,
Yes.
so this is what I'm giving away for my running back contest. So we don't have to talk about this because we talked about them already. I've got them here in the house. They shipped them out to me this week. I got it today in the mail, so they're ready. I'm going to carry them with me to the expo next year, and whoever wins, if they're at the expo, they will get that award at the expo. If not, after the expo, I'll carry them back with me and I'll mail them to you, so you will get it. Next picture,
We'll have to
Iggy.
get you a case.
What's that?
We'll have to get you a case for the. We'll have to get you a case for the crown to present it like this. We have. I don't know if you can see it behind here, but we have a case here, and ours
Bring
is
it. Bring him
a
up.
little bit. It lights up. It lights up here, but we don't have it lit up at the moment. But we definitely could get you something like this so you could present it royally.
Well, yeah. If you bring it to the expo next year, you know, you can take it home with you, but we'll put the crown in it and show it off, of course.
All
Anything
right,
to help.
well, let's do it.
Iggy, do you have the next one? Okay, this is just a better picture of the crown. I think if you go, there's a picture of a ring that's a pop-out ring. It was one of the old ones I sent to you, Iggy. If you could find that and bring that up. I really wanted to talk to that. That's the 2026 championship rings. And while we're waiting for Iggy to find it, if he can you guys tell us a little bit about the new 26 ring design?
Yeah, so the new ring design has a foldable hinge on it. It does have a what we call our pop-out message. So right now we haven't finalized everything that's written on it just yet because there will be some extra surprises there. But nonetheless, it does have a concealable top. No one knows it's there until you yourself, the one and only ruler, pops it out and shows someone, and it has a message in there that's very unique and special.
Now, will that be a $60 ring?
Correct.
Okay. So, you know, you can go spend $50 on a plastic trophy if you want, but these are all high quality items here.
High quality. Everything.
But there's something else. Let's bring Marcus and Tara back full screen. I want to put them in the middle anyway. I want you guys to explain something that we really didn't talk about a lot, and that's your subscription service. Explain that, please.
Yeah, so for us, again, you know, the main thing for my fantasy football leagues years ago was we didn't have something new. We didn't have a crown, of course. We always like to have parties, so we, of course, start doing different parties in different places. But the main thing was people weren't making their payments. You know, they come to the league every single year and say, "Oh, I forgot." You know, it's like Christmas. It's like a birthday. We know it's coming up every year, right? But you know, things happen. You know, we're not all blessed all the time, and you know, different things like that. So we made something that was very budget friendly for anyone. Our son is 14. He plays amongst his friends and he's able to play. He doesn't have a job, of course. He mooches off of us all the time. But for $2.99 a month per person, and that would be a 6-month term, of course, because it goes for the entire length of the football season, you'd be able to get that crown for $2.99. You know, so for less than a cup of coffee, you know,
yeah. And it ensures that everybody pays, and you can ensure that you get, you know, everybody who has signed up to play that league is paying. So it's also like a good investment, it's just a way to secure that money without having to worry about everybody coming up with their dues.
Yeah, it just eliminates a bunch of extra headaches. Essentially.
But you guys also do live drafts, right?
We do. Yep. One of our drafts.
Yeah, explain the whole process.
Yeah, so what we do is depends on the plan, of course. We do have some very expensive plans for the the high quality players as they call themselves typically. But one of the things that we have going actually is like a draft in the NFL stadium. So I'm not sure if you know this, but most NFL stadiums will allow you to draft there. Pittsburgh is one of them. So we plan on having some drafts there, some of the other stadiums as well. Depends on where you're at. So not everyone's next to a football stadium, right? So if you live in Florida, a lot of times you're on the, you might be on the coast. They have like yacht rides and yacht trips, boat trips. We plan on having more parties on those. If you're in, say, New York City, for example, you don't have a lot of places to go outside of venues. We plan them in a like rooftop bars and different things like that. If you're next to a beach, we can do it on a beach. If you have none of that stuff, you most likely have a home at least, so you can have the party at your house. We can, pay for different things. It depends on what that plan is going to entail, but that's all at the user's choice.
Yeah.
But that's coming. That will be coming next year, though.
Terry, you're a travel agent, right?
Yeah.
So you can help people make travel arrangements, say to go to the FF Expo.
Absolutely, I could. I could absolutely help them book their hotels. I can get them cheaper rates, and it's a real simple process, and I'd be more than happy to help.
And you guys are holding a football. Now, I've been to your website. The football I saw was a regular brown football, but this one is autographable for your whole league, right?
It is. Yeah, there is all this.
What is this? About $100?
No. It's the football is only 25. Yeah, we kept it reasonable, of course, because for the most part, again, everyone has a something that they want to kind of remember or keep at least as an additional part of their draft. If you have children, of course, the football is nice for that as well.
Right.
But mostly we've used it for just signing, getting everyone's autograph, getting the champ's signature there to make sure you have it for in the future when they become rich and famous.
How customizable is it? Could you put a league's logo on the side?
We could. The balls that we have now are not customizable. They're just standard as they are. But if that is something that someone would be looking into, we absolutely can special order that as well.
For a different price, of course.
Right.
Well, I would think it would be a lot more expensive if it's a one-off. So
Potentially,
So now I did send Iggy a copy of the picture of the ring. I don't know if he's able to get it up or not. Yes, there we go. Explain this to people.
It. Look at that. Look how dope that is. Isn't that dope?
And that's the ring I'm giving to the winner of my Beat a Hall of Famer League next year.
Ooh,
That's
okay.
so regal.
Whoever wins that, I've already ordered this ring from Tara and Marcus. Yeah, you think so, Mace. We'll see. I could take lose. I've lost that league 3 years in a row. Been around 2 years.
Oh no.
Optimus Hine has won it the last 2 years in a row, and he got the 2025 championship ring for it. But that ring I like a lot better. I'm going to try a lot harder this year.
Hey, Marcus.
Greg.
Hey, Marcus and Tara. The flip top on the ring. I seem to recall having been to the Hall of Fame and seeing their cool Super Bowl ring display. That a number of the rings there did that same flip top. Is that where you got your idea?
Yeah. So when I was looking, I was trying to source, some of the things that we can do because the rings, of course, we don't hand make those. They're crafted, but we don't make them here, of course. And whenever I was looking, there was a ring that the Bucks had, the Tampa Bay Bucks had, and that's when Tom Brady, of course, took his talents to Tampa and ended up winning. And their ring is similar. It has a hinge also, but on the inside it has like a picture of their stadium. Yeah, boo. It has a picture of their stadium, and I think it's like the score of the game or something along those lines. And then, of course, each ring would have that person's name in it. And I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. I never knew there was anything like that. And then a few years later, the Eagles had one. I think maybe Kansas City had one too. But yeah, it's definitely all the rage. That's what's in right now. And that's the route that we take.
You know, that boo was because Mace is the lead writer for Buckswire. You mentioned Tampa Bay, and Mace is the lead writer for Buckswire. So Iggy had to boo him when you mentioned the Bucks, I'm sure.
Thank you, Iggy.
Hey, listen, fantasy sports is a culture.
Tom Brady.
Fantasy sports is a culture. It's evolving. It's let's address your plans and see how they're evolving too. Fantasy trophy usually just sits on a dusty shelf, gathers dust.
Yeah.
But the ring, you can wear the ring with you wherever you go. I mean,
Yes.
I'm taking this to the expo next year, show it off. In fact, the first year you all gave this goat ring to me, it drew a lot of comments from people around the expo. So
Oh, wow.
hopefully you got a few sales based on that. But I got to tell you, it's quality, high quality stuff. So let's address your plans a little bit. What have you learned about the psychology of fantasy managers and why a crown drives such intense league trash talk? Because you know it does.
Oh.
Yeah. So again, personally speaking here, anytime it comes to kingship, being noble, royal, and all that kind of stuff, typically you have servants. You have people that are like underneath you and things like that.
That would be Mace.
That's the way I look at it.
That would be Mace.
Yeah. See, I hear you, man. That's where it's at. Like, if I'm not talking crap, I'm not playing, basically.
Right.
That's what it feels like. I've got to let everyone know, even if I'm losing, I'm still talking crap. It doesn't matter. It's just such a good time, because it's all non-malicious, of course.
Yeah.
And it's just that competitive spirit. I've always had it. My plan was going to the Hall of Fame, right? But it wasn't to go as a spectator. I had planned on going there to be a player in there, but of course my football career did not work out whatsoever, and then the Army came and everything else. So it worked out. It's still working out nonetheless.
Tell me, who is going to try to compete with somebody who comes in talking about they're the king of fantasy football? I mean, that's going to create a lot of, back and forth maybe, or some possible intimidation because, you come up in there and talking about, I'm the king of, fantasy football. You guys don't got nothing on me. However, the men do it. But anyways, imagine somebody coming in here and showing this off and being like, I don't know how you guys do it, how men do it, but I'm a girl. I would show off way different.
I've seen.
Yes.
Hey, and when people look back at the history of fantasy sports culture, how do you want the crown champs to be, or your brand to be remembered? Are you trying to completely eliminate plastic trophy from the world?
No, I wouldn't say we're trying to eliminate anything except add to. So we're bringing value. We're bringing in real bragging rights, real value, good quality, decent prices. These prices beat a lot of the belts today. So these belts are sometimes 2 to 3 times more than the crown alone. The crown is an extremely affordable trophy to invest in. The ring is a really high quality investment as well. These are going to last you lifetime. So plastic is semi-durable. It's gonna wear down at some point. It's gonna eventually break down. It's just not gonna look great. Plastic is plastic. But when you have something that holds like this, like you can pass this down. And you can pass this down to leagues. You can pass this down in your legacy. You can pass this down in your family. You can pass this down. Like, this is a transferable item. And it's beautiful. It has high quality. It's regal. It's just enough modern mixed with, regal all at the same time. So it's durable. It has a lot of integrity.
I'll steal.
Yeah. So like the breakdown of this is going to be less likely in comparison. You just, just want to keep it in a good controlled temperature though.
Yeah. So when you look at the future product pipeline for both the crowns, the rings, and everything else that you guys sell, how are you planning to push the design boundaries for what you guys currently have set?
Yeah, we
Cool.
know what you're doing
They're
this
being
year
pushed.
with the rings. We know what you're doing with the rings, but what do you have down the road?
Yeah. So
We have a few secrets. We're not going to hand them all out, but we do have a really great we have two really great ideas in the works right
I'll
now.
give them the one.
Okay, then. Lord.
So, so what we're doing. So this crown here it's just a single size. It's more of a standalone piece. You set it down. You put it on your mantle. You walk around with it. You can put it on your head, but I mean, of course, it's steel, so it will eventually hurt because heavy is the crown.
Right.
But we will be coming out with a leather crown. It's going to be made similarly to a WWE belt, for example. Pure leather around the outside. Of course, it will have all the
Right
contours,
here
and then it will also have all the nameplates and everything attached to
on
it.
the outside. And it will be much more comfortable to actually wear. So, I mean, yeah, this is fun to show off or, to put it on your head and have some fun with it. But this was more for your statement piece. This was more for your mantle. And of course, it was so you could walk around easily and brag about it. Those belts are really heavy.
Yeah.
Excuse
Okay.
me.
So I've got to ask you, fantasy football is the undisputed king. There's no doubt about in the fantasy sports world. It's not the
Exactly.
oldest. Fantasy baseball has been around a lot longer than fantasy football. It was called rotisserie baseball, but it was still basically fantasy baseball. Are you adapting your business model to support other leagues like basketball and baseball and hockey and golf? I mean, I can imagine you guys coming up with a gold golf club or something as a trophy, but are you
my
looking
God,
at are
how
you looking
good.
at are you looking at other sports? And is that in near future or down the road type thing?
I think we're more down the road at this point, and that's only because we're really focused on the fantasy football aspect. From both a professional and a business aspect, because I'm not the biggest fan about baseball. I don't know. I know very basics about it and the teams and things like that. So having that engagement, I'm nowhere close to as excited about it as I am with football. But that is something that has been a topic of discussion.
Well,
We
yeah.
haven't had the gold baseball bats or clubs or anything yet, but it's not a bad idea. It's not terrible.
Well, I think
And
introducing
baseball's
these down the
tiny
line
too.
and
You could do a
catering
baseball.
to other sports lovers is definitely something that we are going to be into and something that we will cater to and have a more universal crown that everybody could purchase without just putting fantasy football. We could interchange that out and they can go ahead and represent that for their league accordingly.
So ironically, that's actually one of the things that's going to be new about the other crown that we're going to be releasing soon. This crown has 4 nameplates on it total. So the very first one, of course, and the lighting's kind of directly to me here, but the first one says Crown Champs. The other one says Fantasy Football. And then the other 2 are blank for you to, put whatever it is that you want on it. The new ones will have 4 replaceable plates. So you can change whatever plates you want. You can purchase, you'll be able to, of course, at that time, be able to purchase different plates as well. So your plate might be interchangeable to, say, fantasy baseball instead of fantasy football. So that's kind of the way we're going with it, as opposed to a strictly only for football, only for baseball thing. We're allowing people to have that customization themselves.
And that gives you a lot of flexibility too. So, guys, we got
Absolutely.
about 10 extra minutes. Rick, Mace, go ahead and ask some questions, man.
Well, we are a fantasy football channel, and we all have our own teams that we root for. I don't know if we ever asked you what teams you're fans of, and tell us a little bit about your football team.
I haven't seen the room. His flags are all. Let me just tell you real quick. His flags went here, 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 like, and oh, and here on the door. Oh, and here, right here.
There's 9 flags in this room.
So you're a
I'll give you
Ravens
guys a
fan,
little
right?
hint.
Since
That
you're
is
so
very
close to
true,
Pittsburgh,
yeah.
you must be a Ravens fan, right? Oh, yes.
He loves to go to Pittsburgh and put on his Ravens gear. When he knows we're going there, he will purposely make sure he puts on something that's the Ravens to get people going. And boy, does he banter with strangers when it comes to it too in Pittsburgh. And he'll be like, and I'm like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So you're a Ravens
you know,
fan.
my-
So I have
again,
two
my team is-
questions. You're a Ravens fan, and I have two
Sure.
questions for you. And the first one, everyone knows, the stars of the team, but a player that was drafted this year, Matthew Hibner, as a tight end. What are your thoughts on him, and what sort of contribution he's going to make to the team, backing up Mark Andrews? And then the other player was running back that they drafted, Adam Randall, who I happen to like a lot. So I'm kind of going to be rooting for him, backing up, of course, the King.
Right. Yeah. So as far as him backing up because he's behind, well, I don't know where he'll land on the depth chart, but I know right now he's behind Justice Hill also. And not that I don't mind Justice Hill, but I'd like to see Randall get a shot, just because he, of course, he was picked up specifically by the owner. That was the owner's pick. He was like, I'm so excited to have you here. And like you said, I was a fan of him in college too, so I was kind of excited to pick him up and everything. But it's just it's just hard to believe where we're at right now as far as our team. I thought we'd have Likely still. I think Hibner will be fine. He will produce as well. I just don't know how much he's going to come out immediately and produce because Mark Andrews is still there. I think he's still going to be the bell cow. Hibner will get some playing time and he'll eat, of course, but it's not like I'm going to pick him anytime soon. He'll definitely be a super late or undrafted tight end at that point for me personally. I've got my plans. I can't release them just yet, but.
Okay, so we're getting asked a question, and we'll go ahead and answer it real quick. If you're in a 12-team league and it's not super flex, 2 quarterbacks going in the first 3 picks, I would go. I'm not drafting Bijan, but he would be most people's choice if he falls to 5. I would hope Bijan gets taken, and I would take Jamar Chase. How about you, Mace?
I'm taking Christian McCaffrey, man. I know he got like 417 touches last year, but if he's there, I know. Don't look at the Niners player behind me. But seriously, if he can stay healthy, he's the one who won a fantasy. Just saying.
I don't know.
So Chase would be
Chase
would be the safe pick. I tell you, a guy I like a lot is JSN up in Seattle. So he would be another person. And of course, Puka Nacua, there's 3 wide receivers that are generally drafted.
It's super flex. It's super flex. Does that change you?
Doesn't change me at all.
It changes me. I would probably, you got Lamar and are gone. I think I'd probably still go with Chase, and then I'd look for a quarterback in the second round, because you can get Mahomes late and you can get Goff late, so you can get your second quarterback relatively late. You guys, Marcus, Terry, you have an opinion?
Goff is always my go-to. It depends on the league, of course, but typically, I love Jared Goff. I love everything about the Lions in general, just because they won me so many different championships and games. Not even so much of just all the championships, but the games, man. I'm like, I need you to come through. And sadly, it happened last year when the Ravens were playing the Lions, and I was actually out in Arizona at the time, and I'm flipping out in front of my fellow employees, and they didn't know. They had no idea what was going on. It was so weird that the time difference was crazy out there too. But yeah, so I'm pro Jared Goff. I'm pro Lions. I'm pro Christian McCaffrey really also.
I'm
But
not. I'm scared
but
to death of McCaffrey. I'm staying away from him all year.
I
So,
am too. I've got
Rick,
burnt and
Rick
I've
asked
won
you.
with it too.
Rick asked you about Hibner and the running back. I want to know about the two receivers they took. They took Jacoby Lane in the third, and in the fourth, they took Surratt. And Surratt was, I think, on that Indiana team, wasn't he, that won the national championship? So,
yeah,
what do you think of those two guys? Are either of them going to get playtime this year?
I think Lane will get more playing time. It's going to be situational, though. I'm looking forward to both of them because, of course, we have Zay Flowers. He'll be number one regardless.
Yeah, but you don't have a
Bateman
wide receiver
was kind of missing. Right. So, and Bateman's always injured too. So he'll likely not be there the entire time, as always. So I would like to see Jacoby Lane the most. But I think Surratt's more of a polished route runner.
All right. And now, Mace, did you have a question about the Ravens?
Yeah. You guys, I know you guys play, standard offense. You guys play IDP, the defensive player?
Yeah.
I have. I don't.
Is that your thing?
Oh, yeah. I love IDP.
Mace and Rick both play IDP.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's something where Baltimore has really struggled with on the defense.
Baltimore used to be a very strong defense.
It hasn't been great.
But they also used to
it
was pretty good, and then they let him get away to New York. I like the Giants this year. I like John Harbaugh in New York. I do.
That's inexcusable. Inexcusable.
Yes, it is inexcusable, but Baltimore let him get away.
We'll see how the coaching carousel works for us this year. I mean, we haven't had very many, so that's always a good thing when you have stability. But it's the uncertainty for me, just because he's never been in a head coaching position. But of course, you got to start somewhere. So give the young bull a shot and see what's going on. A couple of years, and hopefully we're riding to a Super Bowl by then. But if not, they'll play it by ear. I say we will, as if I control all the decisions there. They're not taking my calls, unfortunately.
They're not. Yeah. Ben Johnson never had a head coaching job before he went to Chicago and won the division.
I think the Packers lost the division. Isn't that right?
I'm hoping lightning strikes.
It might be. Hey, guys, we really appreciate you coming on. Tell people where they can go to order products, and should they order it now? I really think you should talk more about that subscription stuff, what's involved in it, because I think that's a unique offering that most, I don't think Trophy Smack has ever ordered a subscription service.
Right.
So you have crownedchamps.com, crownedchampscompany.com. Make sure it's ED, it's crowned. And then you can also go to Facebook and go to Crowned Champs on Facebook. We also have TikTok available, and we do have TikTok Shop. So you can also purchase the crowns on there as well. And that's under Crowned Champs. Instagram will soon be setting up a shop on there as well. But the best place to go is our main site, which is Crown Champs Company. And that is where you can see the subscriptions. You can check them out, read about them, see what we got going on. And I would suggest the subscriptions to anybody who's worried about maybe putting up a lump sum for their league's trophy, or their league's winning, because that subscription can just help you ease into it, especially depending on your whole lifestyle and your team's lifestyle. So if you know your league pretty well, you'll know what's about to come. You're going to really know who's about to pull what, and this can maybe help give you leverage leverage to get everybody on the same board, so you don't have to go around worrying about somebody paying for their due. And that's the way to just kind of simplify it as well. And if you want to elaborate any more on the subscriptions, if not, just go to Crown Champs.
Yeah, the subscriptions are going to be, they're all going to be different here. Of course, like I said, they start out low, they go pretty high. It just depends on what you want. We have various different products. So one of the things that is new for this year that we're going to be offering is, if you know what a Funko Pop is, essentially it's
oh yeah, it's a bubble
one
page.
of these, one of these little figurines. Of course, this is my Lamar Jackson one, but we're going to be doing these, and they're going to be specific to you. So they will be customizable.
Right,
You'll send
to
in
your
a
team.
picture. You can have it doing whatever you want. It will be holding the crown. You can have it having whatever number you want. Likenesses will be completely on that person. Those are some of the things we add in some of the subscription plans that we have.
That's great. So
Thanks.
I wanted to go over my leagues today because I'm in a bunch. We're going to be reporting on what we do, but because our in-season coverage is going to be border to border, wall to wall, we're not going to have time for me to go over. I'm going to try to get a web page at the TSA where I can report weekly how I do, because I believe in accountability. If I'm winning, everybody wants you to know when they're winning. If I'm losing, I want you to know when I'm losing. I want to be accountable to you folks. So first of all, I beat a Hall of Famer league. Like I said, I haven't won it in 3 years. This is the 4th year we're in it, but it does get a ring when the winner gets a ring. I was invited into a Cognoscenti Experts League this year for the first time. It's a new one to me. It's a 12-team league. Jeff Demire's from Downfield Reed invited me in, and so I'll be in that one. JC put together a Dethrone a Hall of Famer league. This is a $20 buy-in. It's full, so sorry about that, folks, but it's full. If you win it, you get the money. You're going to get a ring. If you lose it, bottom team is going to get what JC did, a poop emoji trophy. So it's going to be a crap trophy. If I win it, the money,
That's
taking
hilarious.
the ring. If I win it, I'm taking the ring, but the money is going to a charity. There's another one that JC put together with the Throne the
wonderful.
King for Scott Engel. And it may still have 1 or 2 openings left. Talk to JC about that. Extreme Fantasy Football Blitz 1. Okay, so a couple people we met at the expo. Todd Bailey has an app that's totally free called Extreme Fantasy Football. I highly recommend everybody watching this go download the app. It's free. Extreme Fantasy Football is a league that's set up into 2 distinct seasons, 9-game seasons, 0-1 to 9 and 10 to 18, and you can play any player you want. You've got lineup restrictions, but you can play any player you want one time in each half season. So you can use them in the first 9 games, and you can use them again in the second 9 games. And then the playoffs are actually the playoffs are for the 2 winning teams in each, the top 2 teams in each of the half seasons make the playoffs, and they're done during wild card weekend. Again, it's free. Then he's got another one. He put me into an experts one that's got some really nice players in it. This one's got Jim Coventry, Shannon McKeon of RotoWire, Relio Mastrotonio of Lightning Leagues, Brian Pearson of Draft NFL Lotto, Travis Waters of Player Props, Scott Hoyt of Fantasy Sports Strategies, Jeff Mills, who was one of the original Yahoo guys, and more. And then he's also got an exchange league, Extreme Fantasy Football Exchange, which is more of a portfolio team where you buy players and you sell them. And the goal is to build your total portfolio up, the value of your portfolio. Never done anything like that, so I'm trying it. Fans Classic was a league. Yeah, Fans Classic is one of Bob Lung's Expo leagues. I'm in it. It's a 14-teamer, so it's a little bit more difficult. I'm in the IDP Invitational, but since I'm not an IDP guy, I did the smart thing. I hired a defensive coordinator. Mace Riney is my defensive coordinator.
We're gonna win that one, maybe.
Playoffs.
Draft night out, Isaac Bruce, basically, again, at the expo where I paid to draft. And a bunch of the people that I drafted at are going to be in our Pros and Joes segment. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to be in a league with Relio Mastrini. Relio, I can't pronounce his last name. Sorry. It's
No
a
worries.
vampire league. So I'm trying that one as soon as he gets the stuff to me. Scott Fishbowl. If you're not in Scott Fishbowl, it would be, because it's the biggest charity event for fantasy
Love
football
it.
in the world.
Yeah, it's a really great thing that they do.
And I'm in a league called Up in Smoke, which came out of the Cognoscenti League. I got invited that's a 10-game league, 10-team league. That's the only 10-team league. I'm usually in 12, but I'm in 114 and 110. And getting as many leagues as you can, because it keeps your mind occupied. And like, Mace, how many leagues are you in this year?
You don't even want to know, man. It's like upwards of like 150, probably. Now,
How many of those are best ball?
Best balls, yeah, like 50 of those are best ball. But I mean, I've been the British Fantasy Football League.
It's still a lot.
Oh yeah. I've been leagues in different continents and stuff, man. I'm all over the place. And then those leagues want to make other leagues, and of course,
You're
want
a
to connect with
universal
people.
fantasy football player.
So yeah, sometimes.
You're
Mace
universal.
was my original co-host on this show, and he had to step away because his girlfriend said he was spending too much time on fantasy football. Girlfriend is gone
like
now.
that. Yeah.
Girlfriend
I'm
is
sure
gone
with that
now.
many leagues,
Mace,
I
you
can
got to
only
find a girl that
imagine.
loves fantasy, buddy. You
No,
got to find a
for
girl
sure.
that loves fantasy.
It's not strictly because of fantasy, but
Rick, how many fantasy leagues are you in?
Two, one or the other. It's okay.
Well, I cut down. I was in 34 last year, and I've whittled it down to 31 so far this year. Most of them are Dynasty. A number of them are IDP, Dynasty. 2 of them are Devi, which adds the fun of looking at college players and trying to project where they're going to be when they eventually make it into the pros. So that's a lot of fun.
Nice.
And then, of course, Scott Fishbowl and FF7, Iggy's great IDP league. And let's see. I'm in a bunch.
Marcus? How many are you in, Marcus?
15, 16 or something. I don't have.
And you got a
nearly-
business you're running as well.
Listen, I got a bit. You guys trying to make me go bald. I'm gonna go crazy, like pulling my hair out every day. I'm gonna start on my face. I gotta start pulling out hair to.
You're going to turn gray.
Be on
You
wafer
decide.
wires.
So
Tara,
you're
how
in
many are
fantasy
you in?
football- One.
One? And that's the one with Marcus.
Yes. That's
You
the
know
one
I'm
with
pulling
Marcus.
for you to beat him this year. You understand that, right?
I am. I'm gonna beat them all. You should see me. I talk so much smack. It's not even funny. But then, that's why I didn't like it when I lost, because I talked so much crap. Like, I was challenging every single one of them, and then I had to lose on top of it. Oh God.
She had
That was not.
a rough go. She had like Saquon Barkley.
I had a great start. I had great players, but
She had George Kittle. It was just a whole bunch of people that just weren't available, basically.
yeah, nobody.
So
was-
fortunate.
When I needed them, they weren't there.
Oh well, we
Well,
had to move on.
Yeah, put that crown on me real quick.
Guys, thank you. But Rick, who do we have next week? I think
we're
you
really
invited
lucky.
a pretty special football guy.
Yeah.
Fantasy Pro.
No, football guys. Jeff,
Football guys?
Bell.
Okay.
Jeff Bell. He's and we're really excited because we're going to really focus it on wide receivers. So we'll get a chance to get from him who we should be either drafting or who we should be starting for upcoming season. So going to be a lot of fun with Jeff.
So folks, get over to Crown Champs and get your trophies, your crowns, your rings, your footballs ordered for this year's season. And thanks, guys. You want to take us out, Iggy?
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Oh my God. Dude.
Oh!
No! Why?